Boston, Massachusetts, the destination for the Warriors. The devastating combo of Steph Curry and... Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Graham. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at small forward. Butler passes to Green. Butler against Tatum. Pass to Curry. 4 on the clock. Elbow shot. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Curry with another miss. Of course, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
Such a wide-open look.
Some players don't love this in-between level. Jimmy Butler making that mid-range look easy.
Butler against Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Outside White. Porzingis sets a screen. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Here's Podziemski. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Good on the second one. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Porzingis sets a screen. Here's White. And the Celtics tack on 2 more.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Butler passes to Curry. Here's Podziemski. Here's Butler. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup. Butler's gotten his second bucket on the night.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
Pass to Tatum. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Off target there with a little leaner.
I don't know if he's trying to show off for the crowd or what. There's no reason for that kind of shot.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Here's Butler. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Butler's got 6 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Porzingis with it. Now guarded by Butler. Holiday looking for an opening. There's Tatum with the 3. Rebounded by Butler.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Drew Holiday.
Well, you almost feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake.
So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Holiday. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Hammers the lob through.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Some changes for Boston. Craig comes in for Cornette, and it's Jason Tatum in for Brown. Stephen Curry, he's checked in for the Warriors. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. To win the drought, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Pass to Curry. Soft touch off the glass.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Warriors ahead, up by 9. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Jason Tatum, and it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Tatum against Hield. Outside Craig. Pass to Pritchard, lets the 3 fly, knocks down the long J. Pritchard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
Now here's Curry. He's closely guarded. Hield from outside. Left side Kuminga for 3. The offensive rebound. The 3 is up. And Hield gets a 3.
See how eager Hield is to catch and release. That is what you call a shooter extraordinaire.
Pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Curry. Here's Pritchard. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point land. And again, Boston with the triple.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
Now Curry. He's got 5. Outside Hield. Pass to Jackson Davis. Outside Curry. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Al Horford. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And Podziemski subbed in for Hield. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. All right, looking at the 2K leaderboard. These are the squads who bring it on defense. The blocks leaders. Fifth best, Boston.
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Curry against Holiday. Here's Tatum. White on the wing. The kick to Tatum. This one for three. And the Celtics another three.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Porzingis sets a screen. Brown passes to Porzingis. The three-pointer off the mark. The Warriors lead by 6. Curry with it, picked up by Tatum. Butler, a screen on White. Outside Moody. Green with a screen on Tatum. Curry, no good.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out front.
Count it.
Now that mid-range jumper is so on point. Jason Tatum is a 3-level scorer.
Outside Moody. To the middle. Butler against Tatum. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. As we head towards the playoffs, let's see where the Eastern Conference standings sit. Taking a look at Boston, with great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference.
Well, right now for Boston, their fans were expecting a lot from this team this year, and they haven't disappointed them. It's been a terrific season, and they're far from done yet heading into the playoffs.
Cornette's checked in for Boston. And Golden State also making a switch. Hield's checked in for Curry. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
First one falls for him, and he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Here's Hield. And no good. The dry spell continues. Boston's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Cornette passes to White. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Pass to Moody. Back to Podziemski. Butler on the wing. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level. Hard not to foul that guy.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
It's something I remember from their last outing. He was excellent at the charity stripe.
That's good from Butler.
What I love most about Jimmy Butler is his will to win and the capacity he has to take his teammates right along with him.
And he makes both free throws.
And they've capitalized well from the free throw line. Their percentage is impressive.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Brown. Over Moody. And that's not going to go. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Warriors ahead, leading by just 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And we
in a tight game like this, free throws could be the difference. It would help if they could get some freebies.
Is that how you saw it when they would foul you? Freebies?
Nah, it was usually and one. Free throws were just a bonus.
All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Checking out the Celtics, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be...
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
He took a head-on approach in the first half, going straight at the D and drawing fouls.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the 5 down low. They now take the lead. Holiday's got 6.
Yeah, by most standards, Drew Holiday is very selective with his three-point shooting, but boy, he can knock it down.
Outside Pajemski, they set the pick. Pass to Curry, three-pointer. Oh, Curry, a sick triple.
And how many times have we seen this? Curry always has an answer from 3.
Outside Tatum. And that one's good. He's got 9.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And let's have a look at the current NBA scoring leaders. 5th, Jason Tatum.
He's proven to be an essential part of their offensive efforts, always playing hard on that end and ensuring they come up with points.
Curry against Holiday. Outside Butler. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Tatum with some nice D. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. Takes a 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Curry's got 13 now.
There is nothing Steph Curry can't do on the floor. He is a Hall of Famer, and right now the defense has got to find a way to get him off balance.
Porzingis with a screen on Butler. Tatum passes to Porzingis. He's off on the layup.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Butler. Fires from deep. Porzingis grabs the board. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Holiday passes to Porzingis. On the wing, Tatum. Butler covering.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Tatum against Butler. And it's Tatum missing. The Warriors leading. Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Ooh, nice job in the paint from Curry.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
To the paint. And stolen by Green. A minute 31 left in the third. Pass to Moody. The three is up. Ooh, the smooth three from Moody.
I think unselfish is a word that applies beautifully to Draymond Green. He's so good at sharing the basketball.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry. 5 on the clock. Here's Pritchard. Drives to the hoop. Banked it in off the glass. Pritchard's got 8.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
Pass to Jackson Davis. The open shot, Kuminga. Boston pulls it in.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Here's Hauser. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first one falls.
And Hauser at the line for 2 shots.
So he gets them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Now the Celtics on the move. Boston again missing. Golden State has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Celtics trail by 4. Now here's Brown. Big-time contributor on offense. Just over 22 points a game. Fires the 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Warriors ahead. They're up by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
Keep everything sharp, keep the cuts hard, cutting through contact, passes sharp, and the ball's going to fall for us. We can't give up the easy ones down here.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. The kick to Tatum. Lets it go from deep. And again for 3.
For this franchise now, he's hit the most threes in a single season. Unbelievable.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. And the basket by Hield.
The specialty of Buddy Hield is the 3-point shot. You give him an opportunity to respond, and he's going to say, yes, sir.
Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Curry. Pritchard, no good. The Warriors lead by 4. Payton finds Curry. Kuminga against Craig to the inside. Out to Hield. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
If you look at the active 3-point percentage list, Mr. Buddy Hield is near the top. This guy is the very definition of sharpshooter.
Pass to Craig. Looney against Horford. Back to Craig. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans, going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Graham. Looney against Horford. Here's Hield. Here's Looney. Oh, Looney, cool and calm at the rim.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. Derek White's checked in for Craig. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hield. Green in the post. Brown's there. Curry passes to Butler. Back to Curry. Over Holiday. He hits the back iron and sinks it. And now a 9-point Warrior lead.
Boy, Curry just taking over and seemingly able to get anything he wants right now.
Here's Tatum. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And so he hits both.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
Outside Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Boston with a rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Tatum with it. Green picks him up. Here's Brown. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
You can tell Jaylen Brown embraces these kinds of moments. Big time bucket.
Down low. Here's Curry. Holiday grabs the miss. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to White. To the paint. From outside the arc. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists tonight.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home. Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Holiday passes to Tatum. Tatum draws the double. Holiday from long range. The Warriors pull it in.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
To the inside. Green, the pass to Curry. Over White. He connects!
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Tatum drops the hammer.
Unshakable trust in Jason Tatum in this sort of situation. Their staff just puts the ball in his hands and lets him make plays.
Curry. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Drew Holiday.
Yeah, and you have to try to make something happen. I mean, they have to be aggressive at this point, even if it's risking a foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He thinks they're still very much in this game, saying it's right there, but it's on us to take care of it. We have to make it happen, hoping to inspire his team here.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Puts it up from the high post, and he buries it.
One of the best ever at embracing big moments. Step up to the challenge.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Three seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's Tatum with the three. Pajemski grabs the board. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Shooting for Golden State. Pajemski. The line for two.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Outside Holiday from deep three-point range. Again, the miss by Boston. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Stephen Curry, 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Put a bow on this one. His composure at the line effectively ends it.
There's Tatum with the three. Can't hit that one. And so the Warriors take the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one